spiritual future. Baby, won't you be mine?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Savannah. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, as you can tell by the title of it, we are doing another wine time. If you are new to my channel and don't know what a wine time is, let me put you on real quick. Right now, I feel like I'm the girl on the big comfy couch. I don't know if you remember that show. If you do, Gold Star. Wine times on my channel are basically where we just like sit and chill, unwind, and I decided what better place than to just chill on my bed with you guys and talk, because like this is how I would talk with like my friends. We just like sit and chill on a bed and talk. So I asked you guys on Instagram and Twitter to send me in some like questions or topics that you want me to talk about. You guys did, and we're just gonna go through them and just have a good time. I haven't even started drinking yet and I'm acting weird. This is what we got today. So I went to the store today and I got this Whispering Angel stuff, you know, because you are what you drink, but really. So I'm just gonna add some ice. Oh boy. It's just a crushed ice. The crushed ice is the best, hands down. I'm like honestly not the biggest wine person, but when I went to New York, I was like drinking wine a lot. I don't really know what's good and what's not. I'm just gonna go with it. Sure, we'll go with that. If you're old enough, grab a drink. Cheers. Let's try this. Not bad. Alright, so let's start with Twitter. Twitter's questions are more like deep and personal, and the ones on Instagram are like, have you ever eaten a bug? If I could have changed one thing in my life, what would I have changed? Honestly, like the cliche answer for this is like, I wouldn't change anything because everything happens for a reason. If I didn't do everything that I did today, like I wouldn't be where I am now, and like things like that. But like that's like true shit. Like I don't know what I would have changed. I probably would have changed some like dumbass decisions I made in high school that just like caused me unnecessary like issues, you know, like those types of things where it's like if I didn't do that, nothing would have changed about my future other than the fact that I just would have stopped just drama that was disgusting and useless at that point in time. I mean, I did a lot of stupid shit in high school, so I don't even know what one of them would be. I don't like that noise. I probably made out with the wrong person at one point. I know I did. What can you do? If I ever got the chance to see into my future, would I? Absolutely not. It would stress me out so much. Do I think people are bad because once they were too good and someone hurt them? I know that I can say that I was bad at one point in my life because I got fucked over and I was like heartbroken and like shit like that. Like I could say, yeah, like I was, I don't know, definitely not a good person because I just felt like so cold and like numb, and I didn't care about myself and I didn't care about other people, so like I didn't give a fuck about like who I was hurting, which is like awful, god awful, which doesn't excuse anything, by the way. I would just like to say that does not excuse anything. Like looking back, like I should have been the bigger person and I should have been able to like step up and be like, okay, like even though you suck, like I'm just gonna still kind of like go through my life and be fine. So I do think that yes, some people are bad because bad things happened to them when they were good. If I wasn't doing YouTube, what do I think my life would be like? Bro, my life would be so different. Everything about my life would be 100% different. Like I wouldn't be the person I am. Just the experiences that I've had and the people I've been around and like you guys and just my life now, like I'm such a better person than I was. I just wasn't myself and I was like looking for something that would help me find myself, and like hello, that's you. Like this was literally what I was missing in my life. Like without this in my life, I would be so confused. I'd be such a mess. Okay, so how do I reconcile a friendship or a past friendship that ended badly and you both like are trying to move on? How would you do that? Personally, I know I have my fair share of south-ending friendships, like friendships that ended really badly. Sometimes it was them, sometimes it was me. A lot of times it was me, if I'm being real. If you two are at a place in your life where you're like, okay, like I want to try to be friends again, I think you both have to just be mature enough to sit down and have that conversation, recognize what happened and what went wrong on both parties and on both sides. Not on both parties, we're not like a debate here, but like on both sides, like what you did wrong, what they did wrong, and just being able to acknowledge that is such a huge thing. Because if someone's able and mature enough to acknowledge that they maybe did something wrong, then like that's a good step. Like if someone's not able to acknowledge what they did wrong, bye. No one is perfect and it's okay to make mistakes, and if you can't acknowledge the fact that you did something wrong or like maybe you slipped up at some point, it didn't have to be the end all be all, but like if you maybe like had a little mistake here and there, you have to like recognize that in your mind. And like a lot of people don't, which I don't really understand. It's like, I don't know. That's what I would do. I would just sit down and talk to them and be like, what do I think is the best human invention? A pillow. You can take a pillow anywhere, right? Like anywhere. And you can just fall asleep right there. So great. What are my thoughts on the LGBT community? I am so about it and I support it 150%. I feel like honestly my opinion is love is love. If two people love each other, who the fuck cares if they're two guys, two girls, two however they identify? Like who cares? Like why does that matter? It shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like that's the thing, is like this shit does not matter. Like if two people love each other, they deserve to fucking love each other. Like point blank in my opinion. What is the difference between self-confidence and self-respect? Okay. And do you need both to get into a relationship? P.S. I love you. P.S. I love you more. I need more wine. Actually, not yet. No, I don't. The difference between self-confidence and self-respect. Self-respect is knowing your worth and knowing what you're worthy of and knowing that you're that boss ass bitch, you're that Becky fucking Martinez who won't take any shit. And if this is your first video you're watching of me, you have no idea who Becky Martinez is. I honestly don't know who Becky Martinez is. But Becky Martinez is that bitch that you want to be. Like, she's the girl who can't be fucked with. She is the must have never met you person. She is all of that. So self-respect is really just having that respect for yourself, obviously. And you get that by just knowing your worth, and you get that by fighting for yourself. You have to fight for yourself. And I was literally thinking that I haven't said that in so long. Like, in the beginning of my channel, I used to say it like a broken record. Start fighting for yourself. But here I am, a year and a half later, start fighting for yourself. Like, you really have to fight for yourself as far as your worth and your potential and what you're worthy of. You're fucking incredible. And you don't deserve to be fucked over by stupid fuckboys and fake friends. Like, point blank. And so, self-respect is just knowing that and acknowledging that. And self-confidence is just feeling like a badass bitch. Like, self-confidence is like, you don't have to be all up in everyone's face about it, because personally, I hate those types of people. But like, if you're just confident in yourself, like, you know you're good. Like, you know you're good. Have I ever had to cover up a hickey? Yes. And I've actually had to cover up guys' hickeys too that I've done damage to. What YouTubers do I watch? I watch Damo and Chrissy, but now they're not Damo and Chrissy, they're Damo and Chrissy. Sad day, but I think they're hilarious. I watch Cody Co is like so fucking funny. So is Chris Clemens. Chris Clemens, like, love. Like, he's probably one of my favorites. I watch Danielle Hallen, I watch Kendall Ray, I watch Bella Fiore, Anna Campbell. I'm gonna scoot closer to you because my legs hurt, and yeah. Hello. How do you get over someone who's already moved on? What I used to tell myself is that everything happens for a reason, right? So everything is going to pan out the way it's supposed to pan out. And if you two aren't meant to be together, you're not meant to be together. If you were meant to be together, then maybe when that relationship dies, yours will come alive, you know? That's how I always think of it. And I know it's hard. I know how hard it is. Trust me. You really just kind of get to a point where you're like, this is how it is. And I know that sounds kind of depressing. I need more wine. I really like never drink anymore. Like, I'm not a drinker. I used to be such a drinker. Like, me and Dane, when we first met, used to drink so much, like so much. And now we like don't drink at all. I'm turning into an old woman. It's happening. Would you get back with one of your exes? No. Even if I wasn't dating Dane, I would not get back with one of my exes. I just feel like sometimes you can get back with an ex and it works. My exes are like, no, none of that. None of that. We have none of that. Did I ever have a one-night stand before? Yes. Freshman year of college, I was pretty wild. I had gotten out of such a shitty relationship. I was going batshit crazy with like all of these guys because I was like looking for validation and looking for just like anything, but at the same time I was just wanting to hook up with anyone. Like, I was crazy. I was really, really crazy. So I did have like one-night stands. I don't know how many. That sounds bad. I just don't think about them. Advice to a virgin. I could literally make a whole series called Advice to a Virgin. Would you guys want that? My first piece of advice that I could give a virgin is stop stressing about it, because I know when I was a virgin, I was stressing about it like heavy. I was like, when is it gonna happen? How is it gonna happen? Who is it gonna be with? Blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, it happened when I least expected it and just not how I would ever have pictured it. Let it happen how it's gonna happen. Be comfortable and like be with someone who you trust. Like, that's big. Trust is big. Would I rather go a year without sex or a year without my favorite Starbucks drink? Definitely a year without my favorite Starbucks drink. Like, oh God. Definitely a year without my favorite Starbucks drink. I can get coffee from anywhere. Like, have I ever been ghosted? 100%. 100%. Are you kidding? I used to be ghosted all the time by guys. Like, we don't love a ghost. We don't. Did I know or love the guy I first slept with? I knew him. I didn't love him. I knew him really, really well. My whole virginity story is like a wild ride, just let me tell you that. But I knew him really well, and I was like really drunk, so it was no big deal. How long do you wait to have sex with a potential boyfriend? Honestly, that's so up to you, and it's just whenever you feel comfortable. I don't remember if you guys remember. I don't remember if you guys remember. I think that's the way to say it. I don't know if you guys remember. That's the way to say it. I did a video way back when, or it was like a year ago, and it was with my friend, and I asked like, and I was kind of interviewing him, and I said like, how soon is too soon to seal the deal? And he actually said really good advice. He was like, do it if you want to do it, don't if you don't. Like, it's so up to you, and that's such basic advice, but like it's so true. If you don't want to wait, if you want to do it that day, if you want to do it within a couple weeks or months or however long you want to wait, that should honestly really be communicated between you and the person that you're with, just so they're on the same page. And if they don't like it, or if they're not about it, then they're not the one, and they don't deserve your time or your sex. Have I ever regretted being with someone that I chose? And I think that means like, have I ever regretted like dating someone who I like wanted to date? I've never regretted it, because I've literally learned from every relationship I've been in, and like I can honestly say that shit happened. Every relationship I've been in has taught me what I don't and do want from relationships moving forward. Craziest thing I've done to get revenge on someone, I've definitely hooked up with a best friend, or like not my best friend, but like ex-boyfriend's best friend. I've done that multiple times. That was like my key revenge. It was like, okay, you want to cheat on me? Like, go ask your best friend what he did last night. When did I lose my virginity? I lost it in August 2014. Wow. That's weird. What do you do when your heart drops when you see the person you don't want to see on Instagram? You block a bitch. The block button is a beautiful thing. Bless up. Use it. Why don't I spray tan anymore? The reason I don't spray tan anymore is because I look like an Oompa Loompa. Like, my spray tans were orange, and I remember when I was doing YouTube and spray tanning, like literally 45% of my comments were, your hands, your body, you're orange, you're an Oompa Loompa, like you're the stupid annoying orange. And it wasn't even that made me stop getting them. It was just the fact that they came off so weird on me, and the main reason I had them to begin with is because I worked at a tanning salon and we were required to be tan at all times. And so after that, I would get them still like once a week or whatnot, but like they always peeled weird. On my chest they would like peel, and like on my arms, and it just looked really weird. And I just got to the point where I was like, I look one color when I'm pale, and that is pale, but that is okay. Will I ever do an ex-boyfriend tag? I've been like thinking about that low-key. Like, would you guys want to see an ex-boyfriend tag? Because I feel like I could probably convince one of them to do it. Okay, my camera died, but we're back in business, and not gonna lie, I had a little mini dance party by myself. What is my first kiss story? My first kiss story, I feel like first kiss stories are like always really cute, and like you think they're awkward because they're your own first kiss story, but like they're cute in hindsight. Mine's not cute, okay? Mine literally was with some guy who I had met once before at this party. I was 15. It was April 5th, 2012, I think. Yeah, 2012. I was a freshman in high school. I was at this party, and he called my name while Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO was playing in the background, so that just really set the mood. Called my name over, and we just made out. So my first kiss was also my first makeout, so that was my romantic moment. Is a hot dog a sandwich? No. No, it's not. What stereotype category do I fall into while I'm drunk? That is like a genius question. I feel like I'm the one that's like everyone's friend, you know? Like, I'm the one that always like will go and like talk to everyone and act like I've known you for years. Like, that's me. Unless I'm in a bad mood, then I'm like, fuck everyone, like I hate you, I'll slap a bitch if I need to. But like, other than that, all love. How many exes do I have? I don't know, if I'm being completely honest, because like, what constitutes an ex? Is it someone you legit dated boyfriend girlfriend status, or is it someone you talked to for a long time? Is it someone you've hooked up with? Because like what is an ex? Like, that's why I don't know. I've literally had 2 people call me their girlfriend, one being my boyfriend now. But as far as relationships, I was with someone on and off for 2 years, and we never made it official. So I don't know if that counts. Like, that's where I get confused a little bit. All right, you guys, we're gonna end this video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this wine time video. I had so much fun just answering your guys' questions. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Savannah. I make videos 3 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. You should subscribe. Join the Savage family. I love you guys so much, and I'll be back in a couple of days with a brand new video. Bye, guys.